Welcome back, survivors. I'm SurvivalVis, and we return to where the water tastes like wine. Looks like we're right at the border between Maine and New Hampshire. Instead of hitchhiking, though, I think we're going to walk and wander this land. Looks like we're going to be crossing over a couple of states and heading right into Massachusetts. See what stores we might get along the way from here. I do enjoy the ambience of it. It feels just like traveling through. That's something interesting just up ahead there, ain't it?
A dusty truck and a man on horseback pull up next to one another in front of the grocer. Suddenly, the driver and the rider, two wiry old men with identical haircuts, start shrieking at one another.
Uh-oh. What's going on here?
The man with the truck leaps into the street.
"Brother!"
he shouts. The one on the horse tumbles out of his saddle.
"Brother!"
he screams. They embrace in the road.
30 years!
hollers the driver. The rider, tears streaming down over his face, corrects him.
No, 32!
Well, that will make for quite a story,
Everyone
won't it?
here is watching these two older men cry and hug one another in the middle of Main Street. Cars and wagons are backing up. People are yelling.
"Take a photo of us!"
The driver begs you. Starts hauling a tripod out of the bed of his truck.
What better way than try to say cheese right there in the moment?
The long-lost brothers pose in front of traffic, cry snot pouring out of their noses. As angry passerby wave you out of the road, each brother presses a coin into your hand. When the traffic disperses, you realize they overpaid you quite a shocking amount.
I don't think we'll be able to give them back, but I also do think that was quite a store to be able to hold on to. And we're right by Boston now. So looks like we're heading down, but before we check out that interesting symbol there, we'll stop at this little spot right here.
By nightfall, the hospitality of this sleepy hamlet, combined with their superstitious tales, has both overstuffed your stomach and filled you with a hollow dread. Folks say these woods are full of apparitions, witches, and worse. You curse yourself for getting on the road so late. In the moonlight, every valley and hollow at the feet of the Tappan Zee seems like a stolen shred of the abyss itself. Fireside tales seem less fanciful, and every cackling crow and moaning whippoorwill seems like a demon perched on the shivering, spindly trees. But something cuts through the noise. The muffled sound of hooves galloping on the cold, muddy road. When he finally slows his horse alongside you, it's as though he had just appeared out of the mist. He's astride a gigantic black courser, and though his boots are muddy and ragged, he wears an immaculate coat with great, shining buttons. From his saddle hangs an antiquated flintlock and a cavalry saber. In the darkness, you can hardly see above his towering shoulders.
Almost seems like this might be a soldier of some sort carrying a saber.
His voice is a rumbling croak, deep, but as though his throat is filled with thorns. "Have you happened upon a cannonball around here?" You can tell English isn't his first language. German is. His hand, so pale it's almost blue in the moonlight, grips the reins in a fist.
I'm afraid I have not. I am sorry,
You mumble
sir.
an apology and watch as he silently rides away, back into the mist. He's cloaked in black, you notice from behind, but the blood running down over his shoulders glints crimson in the moonlight.
I think we found quite a tale to tell now. Now that was quite interesting. What do we got right here? Oh, campsite of some kind. Quinn.
Hey there, stranger. You're welcome to enjoy this fire with me, if you're respectful, that is.
Mighty thankful for that, son.
This here is my spot, and I ain't inclined to share it with any bad characters. You can call me Quinn.
Well, it's good to meet you there, Quinn.
These here are my venturing companions. Cass is the big un, and the one with the spots is Flip.
And also a pleasure meeting Cass and you too there, Flip.
I usually beat my way on the rails, but the road news said this town was fat, and the weather was fine. So I'm taking in the sights and seeing what I can drum up.
Sounds like a good way to spend a little bit of time.
Hey, tell me one of those exciting stories.
Let's see, what would we like to tell them first? Here, all the stories we got so far, organize the subject, because boss likes the tarot cards. Subject of each story here. If you tell this person a story about love, for example, they tell us something of their own life relating to that subject of love for things. As the night goes on, this icon will move left to right. When it reaches the right side, the night is over, and so is your storytelling. The person you're talking to will usually tell you where they'll be next so you can find them again. If you tell them the type of stories they request, you'll gain their trust and the eye will open. When it opens fully, next time you meet them, they'll open up more about their life. Now remember this from conversation to conversation, so don't feel you need to open them up all the way the first time you meet someone. Dance around, get to know them a bit. So he's looking for something with excitement, eh? Let's see. I'm wondering. I think that may be a good one, but let's see what else we got. We got the twin brothers, the elegant woman, a fisherman, that might be for good fortune, but I think this young feller's looking for something a little more entertaining. I don't know if that would be exciting or worrying. So maybe what we'll do, either between the boy who ran away from his father, although I don't think he'd be looking for that, sounds maybe that could be part of his story. Let's tell him about the arrested for bootlegging.
Well, that was something. You spin a good yarn.
Well, thank you very much there, Quinn.
Authority, bosses and such. I ain't nobody's little Angelina, if that's what you're asking. I take care of myself and my dogs. I don't need no jocker looking out for me, so if you're offering, don't. Shoot, I thought I told you to be respectful.
I thought I was, but...
You want to keep enjoying my spot or not? Think about that. I want a story that scares me. Now I'm older, almost nobody can do it. Give me your best shot.
Oh, I got just what you're looking for there, Quinn. This will be a good one for you there. Story of the Rider. Let's see how they respond.
That's the stuff, stranger. Spooky campfire tales are my favorite.
They've got a good place in my heart, too. Nothing beats a good story right by a fire. A spooky one can scare you right straight.
Traps and such like. Well, one time in Fort Worth, a feller tried to take Cass and Flip away. Said a kid couldn't look out for him proper like. That they were fat in Fort Worth and they were going to the pound so that he could find him a good home.
I take it you didn't take too kindly to that.
Well, before I could much argue, Flip bit the hell out of that busybody, and Cass and I joined in shortly. I don't think I ever seen a fella so surprised. Guess I ain't going back to Fort Worth no more.
We know where not to go looking for you next time we
I
want
want
to
to hear one of them
find you.
venturing tales. Got any?
Venturesome, huh? Well, let's see. Do we got any that might be pretty good? Oh, this one's the perfect one right here.
Well, that sure was a downer. Give me a good venture tale instead any day.
Well, maybe
Freedom.
not.
Well, teacher used to talk about freedom like America was eat up with it. But the tramping kind seems to be just about the only real freedom still in supply. Ain't no freedom from an empty stomach or bad weather, unless you're rich.
Ain't that an interesting way of looking at things, isn't it?
I want to hear a story about ghosts or murderers or something. Scary stuff.
I don't know if I got any of that real left for you, I'm afraid there, son. The only thing I might have is about the woman here.
Ain't life got enough tearjerkers in it without telling stories like that? Jeez. Sad. Well, so you think just 'cause I'm young, I gotta be sad, crying after my mama every night.
Not really, I'm just playing with the hand I've been dealt.
I don't need you looking after me, so if you're offering, don't. And I thought I told you to be respectful. What you really ought to be asking yourself is if you want to keep enjoying my spot or not. Hey, do you got any really thrilling stories to tell? I'm hankering for one of those.
I guess the only one would be this one here, to be honest. Everything else is a little dry up.
What's the use in telling sweet, happy tales if in they make you snooze? My family. There ain't no way I'm gonna start jaw-flapping about those bastards. Judases, the lot of them. Enough said.
Explains why you're out here with Castle Flip.
Oh, heck, the night's over already. I sure enjoyed talking to you, but I gotta get on. I think I'll see what's happening up the road this way.
Yeah, so we're right around Rhode Island. We got quite a ways to start going into the States, though.
The tramping life suits me just fine. Every day's a venture. With things being so depressed, folks walk around like it's the end of everything good. But it ain't.
Well, might have some good words of wisdom from you here, Quinn.
Plenty nice things to see if you know where to look.
That is mighty true. And looks like we found ourselves our first character. So let's keep going along, shall we?
Well, I'm gonna heft my spade up upon my weary back.
Looks like another little story we might get here. No voice for this one. It's a bit strange. As you walk down the road, a black crow flutters down to land in your path. It looks at you, cocks its head, and speaks. Well, you got a long road ahead of you, don't you? All these people chase hounds, so I hear. It laughs. I got some experience when it comes to chasing folks. Be so kind to tell me about it. If you want, you can go find your friend again. Ask them more about their life. They may want better stories this time, though. It peers on up at you. Didn't they tell you where they were headed next? They did, yeah. But hey, the world is full of people. Bet you could find another friend like that if you went looking around. There's more an interesting person in this land, for sure. Gives a gravelly laugh. Well, humans say anyway. And with that, it launches in the air and disappears.
Well, I'm gonna cast my
So, a reminder, just
waters of this land.
do we want to do a little whistling while we walk? We've got a ways to go, so maybe we will. How about that? Looks like we got another story coming up right here, possibly.
The edge of summer has turned the ocean choppy and misanthropic, and the skies miserably gray. The boardwalk prophetess lured you into her tent with a promise to read a fortune for free. Seems like business has slowed to a crawl already.
It seems this could be a quite good way to expand our storytelling a little bit more, won't it?
Before you lie the instruments of her profession. There's tarot cards, Rider-Waite, but also Marseille for traditionalists, rosary beads and costume jewelry, and of course, the centerpiece, a great glass globe.
Let's see what our fortune entails, given what we've been wrapped up in with our boss, the wolf.
With practiced theatricality, she goes directly for the crystal ball, letting her eyes unfocus as though she can see a great distance into it. She brings up names, places, asks if you've known someone called John, if you have a relative in Newark.
So it could either be a good sport or be a dick. I'd have to say, I'm enjoying our traveling so far, let's play along and be a good sport.
You latch on to what she says, and together you dance towards some insights about your romantic prospects. It's relieving to meet an honest charlatan instead of the ghouls and ghasts of the road. You might even say you're having fun, until she abruptly stops talking.
Let's see what's wrong.
Your eyes, she says, her voice suddenly drained of the bassy drama that was her stock in trade. You've met him. You've seen him, too. You carry him with you.
Oh, sounds like maybe she knows about the wolf.
The words that come out of your mouth are not your own. They seem unwilling or unable to form properly out of a human throat. They're more like snarls, warning noises of a vicious animal.
Seems the wolf is walking right with us, don't it?
The glass globe shatters. Your vision is hazy, and your body is not your own. You came far to get away from me, the voice lodged inside you says. But this one has a way of wandering. The fortune teller has collapsed, cowering. Consider your debt to me repaid.
Now, whose debt is the wolf talking about, the teller or our own?
When you come to your senses, you're lying face down on the rough wood of the boardwalk, sore and weak. An empty patch of wood, cleaner than the surrounding planks, is all that remains of the fortune teller's tent.
I reckon we better not try to get the wolf angry at us. The boss seems like a vengeful sort. But looks like we stumbled up to New York now. How about we enter into the city? Let's see, do we want to explore, earn some money, visit the train station, or see you at the store? Yeah, stinks of gasoline and trash, and you're boxed in by brick, but damn, there's something invigorating about that stink. God, you feel like there's an engine in your chest. Why don't we explore the city?
The engines belch black smoke as the ferry churns gray water into froth. A broad-shouldered figure leans out over the rail, eyeing the skyscrapers on the horizon. Nearby, a man and a woman speak in low, urgent voices. He takes her wrist gently. She is weeping softly.
We're looking for stores, but I don't know if we're looking to intrude on some rather private affairs. Let's talk to this old gentleman.
The man gives you a once-over as you approach. His newsboy cap is ragged with age.
You look familiar. Did I meet you at Union Square?
Union Square?
The demonstration. It got bloody, but I'm used to that after Italy.
He claps a hand to his hat to steady it from the breeze.
When Gramsci was arrested, many of us had to flee. I came into New York, and here I continue our efforts. The workers' voices will be heard.
Sounds like we met an interesting fellow. Well, looks like we're going to be moving on. Maybe we'll try earning a little bit of money to see. We wandered the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. We'll look for work. I ain't much for panhandling quite yet. Hospital needs someone to mop floors for the day. A nurse gives you instructions. Rat-tat, scrub surgery A and floor 2. Skip the rooms with the newborns. Ask Dr. Penny if he wants his office done. This is very important. Get these hallways before lunch. You got it. You try to remember all the nurses' very important instructions, but it's impossible. You haven't seen her in hours, and this place is busy as hell, and nobody's watching you. Might as well just try mopping floors at random, to be honest. You mop random rooms and hallways as fast as you can, totally at random. Around lunch, someone in a suit waves you down and hands you a plate of lunch. At about 3, a nurse gives you a nice cream cone. Sick kids wave at you. A doctor shakes your hand. What's going on? When the nurse tracks you down at the end of the day, she's beaming. You did a wonderful job. She fills your hand with cash. Everyone was so impressed. This place has never been so clean. You keep your secret method to yourself. Looks like that was a nice little stop and a bit of charity work we could do. What about the store here? A fresh bagel, slice of pizza, coffee? You know what? I'm tempted for a slice of pizza. And I think maybe a root beer. Well, that looks like that's all the money we got. So let's continue on our way. It looks like we're about to stop into New Jersey for a little bit. A jet black crow lights on the low branch of a twisted tree. Look at you, it calls. Think you got some good stories already. I heard better, much better, eh? It seems to wink at you. Want to hear my tricks? Might as well ask about the stores, how often you come across talking crows. Well, so far actually, maybe pretty often. The ones you got now, pathetic stuff. You tell us stories around, they'll come back more exciting, more satisfying. So you always listen to the stories other folks tell. Your tales are less true, sure, but more useful around the campfire. I suppose that makes sense. The boss has a point about the true ones, though, the crow admits. They're extra interesting. You learn a couple of folks' true life stories, and everyone will like them, no matter what kind of story they think they want to hear. That's interesting. Seems the crows are also working for the wolf. Any other tips before you head on your way? Well, everyone's kept their destiny. It gives a burst of laughter. Ain't no bootstraps in the world that can save you now, but the choices you make, they change the kind of story you can tell. It ruffles its feathers a sort of shrug. Choose wisely, or don't. Ah! Let's move on. Seems somebody's giving us some ill omens, don't it? It will wrap up with a couple of little stops ahead, and then pause things for this little adventure, shall we? What do we got here? You notice a black crow sitting on a fence post, watching you with unsettling intensity. Hey! It blurts out. Hey, friend, hey! You hear about trains? It gives a throaty cackle. Locomotion! That's the life! I got some good travel tips here! Might as well ask about travel, why not? You ever ride a train? It asks. With their budget, you'll need to hop on at a train yard. Oh, that's convenient, but the railroad bullies really don't like it when you ride in empty boxcars. If you get caught, you'll get beaten. It hops and pecks at something on the ground. Prefer not to get beaten if we can. On the positive side, maybe you'll meet someone to trade stars with. Well, if you don't feel like the sound of that, you could hitchhike, find a friendly car. It laughs. I feel sorry for you landlubbers. No wings, just motors. You can't even cross rivers when you want to, only at safe crossings. I reckon that is true. We can't really go too far on our own feet compared to wings. I always do. You notice that a beak doesn't move and it speaks, but before you can tell anything else about it, off it flies. Let's move on. Seems the crows are enjoying making fun of us on our way. But maybe we'll find a nice store just up ahead. Sounds like Civil War music almost with the snare drum going.
The stream is a clear, reflective shade of blue. Unusual in this region, where bog iron colors the river's brown. Across the way, a goat with great leather wings laps up the water. Its sunken red eyes fixed on your every movement.
Did we just find ourselves the Jersey Devil?
You now notice the unnatural absence of wildlife. No fish swim in the stream. No birds sing in the trees. The winged goat drinks with a forked tongue, only abstractly concerned with your presence.
We could drink the water or try approaching the goat. Maybe we'll try approaching the goat. Seemed like we needed a bit of scare stories for the youngsters, so maybe if we come across Quinn, this will help for that.
Over the hill, A scorched one-room house lies abandoned, 2 of its 4 walls in ruins. The goat rears up, front hooves curled, and stretches its wings out to their full breadth.
We've come this far, let's draw a little
The
closer.
goat opens its mouth and wails, a protracted, shrill sound, indistinguishable from the cry of a human infant. It only begins to stop when you take several steps back.
Now that's an
The
interesting
winged
story.
goat doesn't follow. Instead, it lies down inside the burnt house, surrounded by portraits of a large family, glass frames stained brown from smoke.
We'll move on, but this does sound like we might have run into the Jersey Devil in its own way. And with that, we will be pausing for now. However, we've got a lot still to go. I am quite mighty enjoying this. Granted, I don't know if the accent is being enjoyed or not, but I'll probably find that out a little too late, won't I? But I want to thank y'all for joining me once again for Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. We are going to keep this going around a couple more episodes or so and see what feedback brings. I'm quite liking it, and I hope everybody else is too. In the meantime, though, survivors, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see ya in another episode. Remember to take care and stay alive.